Today we're going to take another look at Cardano, specifically the ADA coin, perform some technical analysis and make some price predictions on where we could see it go within the next few days, weeks and months. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Brian here and welcome back to another crypto video, and today we're taking another look at Cardano, specifically the coin that exists on the Cardano blockchain, ADA, performing our usual technical analysis and making some educated price decisions based upon that. But before we look at that, guys, please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of content. We cover many other cryptos as well as stocks, investing and wealth management. So if that tickles your fancy, hit subscribe and turn on bell notifications. I'd also love to know down in the comments section below if you are a Cardano fan and if you hold the ADA coin. But without further ado, let's get straight into today's technical analysis. As always, guys, welcome into CoinSpot. If you want to buy ADA, Cardano, any other coins, there's a link in the description of this video where you can easily sign up and start buying crypto. But let's take a look at this awesome chart, and as you know, this is one of my favorite upcoming coins, and the price action at the moment is really reflecting the strength of it, holding relatively stable in consideration of what has been going on in the past few weeks with regards to the entire crypto market. So as you can see, on a very short-term perspective on the hourly chart, we have been having a nice little bit of an uptrend, and as you can see, we have multiple touch points along this uptrend as well. We've got the bottom out right here, we've got a solid bounce off the line which basically formed this trend for us, and then you can see it has happened once again up here, confirming that this is definitely in an uptrend, which is fantastic news. What you'll also notice is we had a big jump right about here, which was on the 14th, and it went from $1.86 Australian all the way up to $2.10 Australian, which is fantastic. A flag pattern then basically formed. I'll just draw this one in for you, and it was a bullish one, as you can clearly see. Then when that eventually broke, which was right here, we saw another jump from $2.03 all the way up to this little peak here, $2.12, bit of a dip, and then we got up to the peak of the last week, which was roughly $2.15, which is fantastic news. And for Cardano holders or ADA holders, this is awesome. It's a nice show of strength for the coin. We've obviously been experiencing our ups and downs, and I'll just zoom out now and you can really see that it did have, you know, a bit of a positive break at this point in the past, as well as here, nice recoveries, nice bounces. But at the end of the day, what you'll notice is a lot of other coins deteriorated significantly. If we take this to a daily chart, you'll see that we weren't one of those coins. We almost became one right around here, which was the big drop in Bitcoin and crypto market overall, where we dropped down to this low right here of roughly $1.36 Australian, which was not ideal. Now you can see this little line I've chucked in as well. If we actually extend this out a bit, you'll see that quite a nice trend has formed. Obviously, it's cutting through a bit. I'd tend to probably suggest that that's more like the trend there. We're uptrending, which is fantastic news. Now, I'd also like to point out we are tightening as well from a top end perspective. So if we draw that there, you can see we've also got a top point of resistance, and what we're seeing is a bounce between the 2 points. So we've got our support levels where we're bouncing and we're going up and down between these points, consolidating basically. And when we're consolidating, that means hopefully we're going to start breaking out, and it will be either in one of two directions. Obviously, when I say hopefully, we're going to be breaking out at the top, but basically within the next few days we're hitting this critical range. And this will really determine the direction that we go for the next few months with regards to Cardano. If we continue to trend sideways and eventually break upwards, that is extremely positive. Obviously, we've got worst case scenario and we break downwards. That is not what we want to see, but it is possible. So the real tip of the iceberg here is roughly around the $2.10 mark. That's sort of the line where we're hovering around in the middle. And at the moment we're sitting just below it, but hopefully we'll be getting back up there. And if we just zoom in a bit more, let's just see exactly what is going on. As you saw, we had that little trend occur over here. We can see, even if you want to go from a shorter term perspective, we've got quite a bit going on there as well. Little bit of a, triangle effectively forming, but we don't know. This is the sort of situation where it's going to be really hard to work out if we're going to be trending upwards or downwards. So to help us, what we're going to do is use the MACD, moving average convergence divergence, to work out what's going on. And this is looking quite positive for us. And the reason it's looking quite positive is due to the fact that we're likely to see a golden cross right here occur on the MACD, that blue line going above the red line. The blue line's the short-term trend, which should be going above the red line, which is the longer-term trend, or the longer-term moving average, I should say, which indicates that we're about to start going in an upwards direction. And as you can see, based on these light lines here, that's basically the convergence divergence, and that's showing us that we're about to, hit that point, and we're going to have a little bit of a bump here. And given that we're getting to the pointy end of things, look at the amount of days that typically we're seeing each interval. So let's just start from here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days where it was below zero. And we saw roughly, that's even-ish, but let's just call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days above, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days below. So I'd say roughly, if we base it on what we saw previously, we'll see 7 to 10 days above. And that means 7 to 10 days, well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're breaking out within the next 7 days. That is my prediction for this video, based purely on this tightening of the price action, as well as we are clearly about to cross on the MACD. So what is the price target though? Well, we want to look for our key points of resistance. Now, we've got one right here. And as you can see, we've had lots of price action occur at this point. This is roughly at $2.40 Australian. I'll put a little line in there just so you guys can see that one. This is a key point of resistance for us. So what we need to see is first a breakout of this, and then we want to see basically the price hit this point. That is our first key point of resistance if we break in an upwards direction. Hoping we will, based on what we have seen so far. And that indicates for us that if we do hit this point and we do break through, we're going back to test all-time highs. Yes, you heard me correctly, all-time highs. And that's because the next key points of resistance are really, well, the peaks. We have not dropped as much as many other coins, as I've mentioned. So we're going for the peaks, which, in my opinion, is fantastic news. We're going to be aiming for the highs and potentially new highs within the coming months with regards to the ADA coin and Cardano. Very, very exciting for us. So where could we go? Well, hopefully the first test is obviously going to be where we had our peak before, which was roughly up here, $3.25 roughly. Where can we go from there? Honestly, who knows? I like to use psychological factors to try and determine where we're going to go, because people buy based on price. So I'd suggest we are potentially going to the likes of $4. And I'm hoping that this area eventually, around this range that's in this square, becomes a key point of support going forward for the coin, as we will have plenty of price action occurring within this range. And you know what, we might see some bounces off points of resistance. For example, we might see a bounce here, might dip, bounce back off this line, go up, break through. We might see more bounces down and then hopefully break upwards at some stage. That's probably our ideal case scenario. We don't want to go up too quickly, because otherwise we're going to come crashing down just as fast. We want steady, stable increases in the value of the coin. Hope you enjoyed the technical analysis, guys. It's looking really good for Cardano at the moment from a technical perspective. Even when you go and look at the fundamentals, that's what truly gets me excited about Cardano, the fundamentals behind their blockchain. Look at that and you'll be blown away. And that, coupled with this technical analysis, is showing we have some true strength. The only failure I can really see that has a decent possibility of occurring is a crash in the overall crypto market even further. I'm hoping we don't see that. I'm hoping the big sell-offs that have occurred of the major coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all those have finally finished, but who knows? You can't guess with these sorts of things. But when we look at Cardano ADA coin specifically, it's looking very, very positive for the near and long-term future. That wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Make sure you leave your comments down below and let me know if you are a ADA coin holder and if you believe in the Cardano project. Make sure you hit subscribe as well if you want to see more of this sort of content, as well as smashing that like button to get me some more exposure, help educate a lot more people on technical analysis, and just generally grow this community. It's been fantastic so far, guys. I hope you've been enjoying it. I love talking to all of you in the comments section. It's awesome. Even emailing a few of you, connecting with a few of you on Twitter. It's been fantastic so far. So make sure you spread the word, hit the like button, share the videos, all that sort of cool stuff. But with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.